Well, everybody, I kind of goofed. I didn't realize I was not recording, so I'm going to fill you in where we are at. We are now at the spot where we're starting to build our research facility. We have already... That's what I'm looking for. Okay, we've already built up the buildings. Right now we're grabbing a few resources to get our research center up and running. So there's a few things we're going to have to do. We're going to have to get some silicon and a few other components to build a battlefield analysis base or two. And the reason why we want those is to heal up our sentry turrets that we're going to install from Dark Fog attack. Okay, so let's get on over there and we'll begin working that. So we have decided here on this little plane. So this is where our production for research will go on. What will be needed to build the cubes? We'll be needing some circuit boards and some magnetic coils. Now, because this is a probe-like structure than our base sticking further out, the dark fog will be more attracted to this because it's closer to them. The dark fog are like the first force of motion. Stuff that's lazy, basically things are lazy, and it goes down the easiest path. In the case, they attack the closest thing to them. For now, that should... Okay, so we'll put the storage container over here. Dark fog are at 77%, so almost where they were when we left off last. Okay, so now we've got those all connected. Let's get them programmed for copper. That one covers, but this one does not. One of the first things we're going to research after researching the resource node thing is more drones. That's the wrong way. starting to see that we're at 80%, so they are coming. Like I said, I firmly believe they're going to come this way for their third attack. Not there. We don't know where those are going to be yet. So everything we're building is going to be torn out. That's something that I'm going to make perfectly clear. This is what I like to call off-network building. And the reason why I call it that is because we don't have a logistics network set up yet. And when we set up our first logistics network and that starts to run, that's going to change the dynamic of the entire game. On power. 3 point some odd, around 3.5 megawatts more for now. Okay, we're seeing an 86, so they're getting closer now. So if my theory is right, they should come directly for us here. Iron ingot. So the Dark Fog are seeing us more and more as a larger and larger threat. Because they base it off of power consumption and power production. And we're going to wait till after their attack to grab and resupply. That attack is less than 10% away. Let's get the iron production going. More of that in my inventory? I don't. This could be a problem. We have a Dark Fog attack imminent here, and we don't have any resources for power. We're going to have to get onto some sort of futuristic power, more like graphite or something like that here soon. I'll tell you right now that this coal, it's great, but 2.7 megajoules is nothing compared to graphite or the thresher component or engines or whatever it is. I think it's engines, bustable components or something like that. I'm going to collect as much as we can. We know they're coming. So when they hit about 100, we're going to cut off the mine. So that we can get some more of our regen above, get our regen up. Because 672 is going right now to energizing our building and mining. We'll let the drones handle those. They're too far away for us to reach. We're approaching 99%, so any second now they're going to begin their run.
Dark fog cluster is launching an assault.
Like I said, here they come. They're coming for this base because it's the closest base. The closest to the power. They're detecting that. We got him? Okay. Back to mining some more coal. So once we contain the dark fog, this planet will be ours to do as we please with. But until then, we have to keep our eyes open. Because our enemy is cunning. Very, very cunning. so we're gonna build up to a little over 100 within our inventory. Then we'll go collect those resources to get started on this research day. Yes, we're going to want to upgrade our power as quickly as we can. So if I take a look at my text here, combustion unit. So this guy here, you see, where's the megajoule count? 9.72 megajoule. Right, and then of course we got graphite, which is 6.75 megajoules. So it's definitely going to want to run on the combustion unit. Copper there. Since we can, we'll dump our copper right on into there. So we need one more line over here, and that line is going to be for rings. But we know for a fact we're running low on conveyor belts and containers. So we need to go collect both of those. All right. We are now back over at our production mall. Take all the conveyor belt. Another stack of those. Take a stack of them. Take 2 stacks of them. Then we'll go grab some of the boxes. Alright, these we have now. Okay, that should be more than enough. Okay, we are ready to rock and roll and build the science. I think we are. Let's make sure. We got 54 of those. We'll let those sit for now. So once our science center's up and running, we have a few objectives that we have to focus on. One is getting this mech to go a little faster if we can. Getting the research that shows all the resources on this planet so we can see what we have available to us. All right. And of course, militaristic turrets. We want God's turret. Oh yeah, that's kind of the route we're heading now. Start building the productions for our science. We were 2 hours into the game, a little bit on the late side to be starting science to some degree, but If you take a look at what we've done to get to where we are now, that. So we got them programmed with the rings. Perfect. How we're looking. We're right on the line, so we're gonna drop a couple wind turbines in down here. A little bit more energy. You don't give a whole lot, like I said. They only give about 300 kilowatts. Well, that turned out wonderful, didn't it? All right. So here we're going to build the magnetic ring. Magnetic rings take 1 copper and 2 coils, if I remember correctly. So goes there. Actually, I have to come back. We're going to need space for 2 lines to run through. Both copper and rings have to run through. Now you probably noticed we're not building these really for expansion, even though the way we're setting this up with the conveyor box at the front like this is setting it up for an expansion just in case, but the box is in a bad spot, guys. We need to put that further out. Get those in. We'll get this line running right away. We're gonna put our facilities over here. We had our iron switch. And now our production has started for those. We'll do a printed circuit board line here. I don't like how that looks. We'll get this program for circuit boards. And there we go. So this right here should be all the resources we need, guys. manufacture our blue science. Our dark fog is at 26%. So they're still very much in the early stages of preparing. Meanwhile, of course, we're gonna build 6 of these for now. And we're gonna stack them. This will be the primary line for building blue science. Alright, and then we'll have another line over here that'll be the research line. So So now we're at the point where we're starting to build our science bay, science area. This should be the first sign of the dark fog. They're dealing with something a little bit more dangerous. Just some simple thread. And yes, we're going to want to store this as much as we can. Okay, begin getting the lines over there. From the various production points. Okay. And that should do it. Now we will be seeing blue science rolling out of these facilities once both of these elements make it here. Yes, that's what's required. That blue science will deposit here. And it'll be spent here. So the electromagnetic matrix, which is the blue guy. And Dark Fog have no idea what's coming their way. Once that research starts, we begin moving through the technology at a decent pace. So what I'm going to do is delete these. Throw them in pairs of two. That's actually not a bad look. See, now we got that blue science going. Yeah, but let that be the first. This will be the second. That one. Third. And then back over here. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Seventh. And then, let's see. 8. Okay, so science. Have them all programmed before we go. There we go. But that is not what we want, because we got to make room for red science. Two more science colors at least. And gold science also. Yellow science will also be done here. 44%. Go. And working our way down this way now. And voila. Here we go. We achieved the primary objective for this episode. Getting science rolling.
Research complete. Upgrade complete.
And there's our first research, guys. The blue science generation has come. Anything else I could think of here that I
Upgrade
really need?
complete.
Drone efficiency is good. Go over to this technology now. Battlefield analysis base. This we do need. I think we need a few other things before we can do that. Yeah, engine. You need engine.
Research complete.
So what I'm gonna do here. Got plenty of belt for this.
Research complete.
Can actually control the dark fog with this copper node. So let's work on that.
Research complete.
And for as slow as our start was for technology, we are quite ahead now. The Bab and the Q.
Research complete.
So we're gonna have 3 factories over here.
Research complete.
The sole purpose is to crank out ammo. Shouldn't need more than that. The Gauss turrets don't really eat up a whole lot, so that's a good thing.
Upgrade complete.
You can see we picked up a few technologies to help our drone efforts.
Research complete. Research complete. Research complete.
Okay, ammo. Start cranking bullets out. Go back over to the main.
Research complete.
60 motors. That one. That one. And do the magnetic. What makes those motors? We'll have to make those by hand for now.
Research complete.
A little bit of time before the dark fog make their way up. Okay, so let's go set up a turret automation. Automate building turrets. Take a look at what the BAB is going to require.
Research complete.
Two of those things we're going to have to build separately. That
Research complete.
big one is that silicon.
Research
Silicon.
Research complete.
So we want turret, computers, gears,
Research complete.
oils, fuel. These three. And the coil. Gears. we will build 10 stacks. What do we need? We need of these. So plate, gears, and
Research complete.
60 of this. Under 20 of this. So we're going to add that technology to our queue. Now we've got the wrong material doubled up on the gears when we should have doubled up on the other one. That's not like it's a problem. Well guys, we are getting close to the end of this episode. I'm going to walk back over to the front lines where our enemy will be coming to engage us in episode 3. And then we'll be getting ready to call it. Sorry for the shorter than usual episode, but an hour honestly isn't that bad. Could be a lot worse. It could have been I didn't see it at all. So they're gonna attack our bullet factory now. That is the closest point. Now we can lock and load. And there's not much they can do to stop us from hitting them hard.
Complete.
Our processor.
Replication complete.
Grab all the ammo. Place all the ammo. And alright, so our next episode, guys, will probably be maybe Saturday if we're lucky. We'll see about that. So, you know, Saturday could be Thursday as well. I don't know. It all depends on how I feel tomorrow about if I'm going to play or not. Satisfactory will be the next episode, but then we'll switch over to this and we're going to alternate. So, in the next episode, we will begin to quarantine the Dark Fog.
Research complete.
But until then, I wish you all a pleasant day.